If you're trying to build wealth, if you're trying to get rich, if you're trying to have a ton of money in life, you need to avoid these mistakes, these traps right now to build wealth. The first one that I have here is you need to find a business or a career and not work a job. And let me define business and career. If you find a business, that's going to be your fastest way to build wealth is if you own a business. You start a business, you own a business, you scale it to a point in which that business has value in which you can sell that business. So a lot of people, they're building businesses in which they could sell for 3 or 4 million down the road. Well, that's a massive wealth building tool because when you start a business, you're essentially starting it from nothing and then that value triples, multiplies all the way up. So that's going to be your fastest way. Definitely look at some of the videos that I've made on this page. You're going to want to build a business in which can be sold and that has value in it, in which eventually you as the owner are not doing everything. You're scaling it out to have employees because then you have a business that's working for you. You have an asset, not a job. And then the second thing here, a career, not a job. Well, a career is you have areas in that career in which you can advance and move up and continue to raise your earning potential. A job is, hey, I'm getting paid $12 an hour and I don't know how I could raise it. Maybe I'll get $1 or 50-cent raise every now and then, but there's no real track for me to excel, for me to get to the next level. A career is, hey, I'm going to be here for about 2 to 3 years. I could potentially take another job, move up levels here. You're moving all the way up to potentially C-suite of management, vice president. You have a track in which you are working towards, in which every level that you achieve the next level, the higher position in that company or in that industry, you're going to make more money. That's what a career is. A career is you increasing your earning potential every single year, and you're increasing your wealth as you do that because the more money you make, the more you should invest. Okay. And speaking of investing, number 2, invest early, even if it is small. You know, so many people, they're like, well, I'll start investing once I make really good money. I'll start investing once I make thousands and thousands of dollars. Once I start saving a lot of money, I'll start investing. Start investing, even if it's $50 a month, even if it's $100 a month, you invest now. You're buying in, if you're using the stock market, the S&P 500 index fund, which I really like index funds. Warren Buffett recommends it too. If you're buying in at an index fund, even for $100, if you buy it now in 10 years, that is going to be worth way more than what you bought it for. So you invest now, even if it's small. The smallest number compounds into a big number. So if you consistently do it and you get in the habit of investing now, it'll be easier for you to do it later on. Even if it's $50 and you slowly raise it and you get in the habit of setting money aside, setting, whatever you're saving, put a little bit back for an emergency fund, and then invest the rest so you have more money down the road. That will help you build wealth because you get in the habit of investing. And building wealth is putting money aside that continues to work for you when you don't have to work for it. So many people, they trade their time for money and they spend all the money and they never invest it. Investing is essentially this. You're putting money aside that's going to grow, so eventually you don't have to make money. Your money makes so much money that you can spend that money and it continues to build more money and wealth down the road. So that's why you want to invest early, even if it's small. Number 3, you want to limit want purchases and purchase needs. What is a want purchase? A want purchase is usually luxury items like watches. I like watches, but I buy them that is so small compared to the investments that I'm making that they're not a big purchase. So I love watches, but it's a want. I like kind of fancy bracelets, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, like that type of stuff. I love that stuff. I think it's really cool. I feel confident when I wear Gucci. I feel confident when I wear Lululemon, nice clothing, right? I dress nice, but it's a small compared to my investments, right? But a lot of people, they don't have a ton of money and they buy all the wants and they never invest. So don't buy wants at the beginning of your wealth building journey. You need to purchase needs, and that's the necessities. Maybe you don't need a Lululemon jacket. Maybe you need just a normal jacket from Kohl's, but you're saving money because you need a jacket, but you don't need a want jacket, which is a $150 vest. You need a coat. There's so many ways in which you can save money on needs by not going into the want column. So make sure that you're limiting your expenditures by buying needs and not wants. That's so easy to do. If people just stopped buying so many things that are just crazy when you're building wealth. You should have so much wealth, so much investments, then go out and buy the Gucci bag, then go out and buy the Rolex or buy whatever it is that you want. But buy needs, and the easiest way to do this is like, think of cars, right? You don't need the Mercedes, you need the Honda, okay? A Honda is a need because you need a car. You don't need to buy the want, which is the Mercedes, okay? So don't buy the wants until your needs and your investments are so overflowing that you can buy whatever you want, okay? Number 4, don't take advice from people who are not wealthy. I see so many people fall into this. Well, I got my investing advice from my parents, or I got my investing advice or money advice from my family, but you should look and not disrespect your family. Don't get me wrong, but you should look at your family and say, are they at a level of wealth in which I want to achieve? Or do I want to have a higher wealth achieving than what my family has? If it's higher, then you should get advice from somebody in that higher area, right? Like, I have a goal of having a net worth of over 50 to 100 million someday. Well, it's very hard for me to find somebody who I can be a mentee to, and it's probably not going to be in my family, right? So it's not going to be in my family, so I don't need to get advice from my family members because they're not at the same goal level that I want to be, right? But if your family is at that level, that's great. Get advice from them and see how they've done it and really get advice. But you want to get advice from people who are where you want to be, not below where you want to be, because why would you get advice from somebody who hasn't been there and done that, okay? So get advice from the right people so you can get to the right wealth level. Number 5, stop thinking that you aren't enough. You deserve wealth. So many people, they think making money and having a ton of money is for the elite, the rich, the unknown class that nobody sees, nobody touches. But really, if you really meet these people, most people who have tons of wealth, millionaires, billionaires, they're first generation. A lot of times, everyone thinks that it's the old money. Oh, their parents gave them the money, all that stuff. But in reality, that's such a small percentage of people who are actually in that level, because a lot of times, to be honest, the second generation throws it away. Okay, so the first generation is who builds it, and the second generation, third generation squanders it away, right? So you can achieve wealth. You can get rich. Don't think because of where you're from, your education level, doesn't matter. None of that matters. The key to wealth building is making the right decisions with your small amount of money now, so that when you have lots of money, you're making the key right decisions. So many people, they don't think they're enough. They don't think they deserve it. You deserve what you do in life, and what you need to do is you need to have these disciplines implemented now so you can start building that wealth. You are enough, and you can be rich. If no one's ever told you that, I will tell you that right now. It doesn't matter what your situation and where you're at, you can come out of it and you can become wealthier than what you are now, right? You can. You can become wealthy in life if you just discipline yourself a little bit with some of the things that I mentioned today. And if you really need help and you're really wanting to understand where you're at in life and someone to mentor you, feel free to schedule a 30-minute phone call with me. I don't charge anything for it. I'd be happy to help you out and help you get to that next level, just because I love giving back. I don't need to charge you for a 30-minute phone call because I am doing fine financially, okay? So I'm not one of those guys who's going to sell you something. I am here to help you out. So use me as a resource. And if you like today's video and other videos like it, I'm going to be pumping out content every single day at 1:15 p.m. A video drops. So hit like and subscribe. Thanks.